company owners, do you ever find yourself maybe performing less than you'd like to be, or really just your business isn't growing where you would like it to? Well, today what I'm going to be showing you is an exercise that I do every week to see what areas of my business I'm not performing as the owner of the business, right? And I would do this if I have people running this part of my operation for me. I'd be reviewing them as if I was reviewing an employee, which I am. Or if you're still running everything yourself, right, I would review myself, right, and analyze myself the same way I would an employee, right? Do I need to be put on an performance improvement plan, right, a PIP? Do I need to be let go altogether, right? I need to look at my performance every week in each area that I'm running to make sure that I'm on track to continue to grow and scale my business. Because a lot of times what will happen is business owners like us, we get lost in the weeds of what we're doing the day to day, putting out fires with people, trying to help our employees, right? Whatever it may be, so much so that we don't take the time to review what's really important. And that is really functioning and pulling the levers of the 5 business functions we need to work on to continually grow and scale our business. And I'm going to dive into what those look like in this video. What the functions are and how to review yourself. So if you don't know already, my name is George Roros. I'm the CEO here of Volume Up Agency. What we do is we help roofing contractors grow their business with a predictable, consistent, reliable flow of exclusive, qualified homeowners looking to have their roof replaced. But enough about me. Let's get into the content. So with that, 5 areas of the business, the 5 core business functions that you need to be focusing on to be able to hit the type of goals you want to hit. And the first one we have here is lead generation or opportunity generation, right? So for roofing contractors, generating homeowners who are looking to have your service done, right? Looking to have their roof replaced. And we'll get into that here in a second. Next is lead nurture, right? So it's not enough just to have leads come in the door. You have to actually nurture them into appointments. These are people who are looking to get a service done with you, but you need to follow up as the business owner or your front desk people or your call center, whoever it may be, to nurture these leads into appointments, right, for your sales reps or yourself, whoever's going out and selling. Conversion, right, would be the next area we want to look at, which is taking those opportunities, those appointments in the sales, fulfillment, right, so the actual work that we do. So in your case, in a business owner's case, in a roofing company owner's case, what you would be doing is the fulfillment is the actual work you do for the homeowner, right? So doing the roof replacement itself. And then lastly is client retention / upsell. And so for this one, a lot of times the roofing companies will be like, there's no way for us to retain a client, right? We sell somebody, a homeowner, a roof once in their lifetime, right? And also in this video, I'm going to be talking about how that's not really true, right? How you can continue to use the homeowners you already service to get more and more and more jobs. And I've actually already created a video on that, which I'll link here in this video as well if you want to go watch that, on how to generate 4, 5, 6 re-roof jobs just from one that you complete. So with that, let's dive into the 5 parts of the business that you should be reviewing every week and reviewing yourself in to see if you're somebody who you should fire, right? So with that, first things first is lead generation, right? And we're going to do this, typically what I do is on a scale of 1 to 10. So with that, right, 1 would be we're not getting any leads in the door. Actually, 0 would be. But anyway, 1 for this purpose will be we're not getting any leads in the door. We don't have any consistent way to generate predictable opportunity or anything like that. A 5 would be, okay, we get some leads in the door. It's not really consistent, right? We can't predict our cash flow off of it, but we do have a way to get jobs to keep us in business. And then a 10 would be we have a system in place to generate a predictable, consistent, reliable flow of exclusive and qualified homeowners. We know how many leads we're going to generate every month, and we know how many of those we're going to convert into jobs, right? And so that would be a 10 on lead generation. For my company, since we do this, I would rate ourselves a 10, right? Because we do this every day in and out for roofing contractors and for ourselves, right? For you, it depends on where you're at in that spectrum. And if you're at a 1, you have a few options, right? 1, start Googling. There's a ton of free resources out there on how to generate leads for your roofing company. All you have to do is follow them, really simple, or you can hire someone to do it for you, right? So you could do your own research and learn how to do this yourself, do the trial and error. Or you can hire someone to generate the leads on your behalf, right? Or, I mean, you can even purchase leads directly from HomeAdvisor, Angie, whatever it may be. Am I suggesting you do that? Depends, right, on your business. But those are your options there. And so with that, right, you need to either start researching and do it yourself, hire someone to do it for you, or just purchase leads from a lead broker, right, to improve that lead generation. Now let's move on to lead nurture. And again, this is a scale of 1 to 10. And with that, what is lead nurture? Lead nurture is the process you have in place from when a lead applies to work with you, when a homeowner calls you, whatever it is, until they are booked into an appointment. And also a job, but we're going to talk about just going into an appointment for now. And so a 1 would be we have no process in place. We get to leads when we get to them, right? Somebody applies, we'll get to them in 3 to 4 days. That would be a 1. Right? A 5 would be like, we typically get to them within the day, right? Within the hour, whatever it is, or we get to them within 10 minutes, right? But we don't follow up, right? That would be a 5. A 10 would be we have a process in place laid out that we have somebody dedicated to following, right? Whether it's a dedicated call center person, dedicated front desk person. It shouldn't be somebody with multiple jobs. It should be somebody exclusively handling lead nurture, right? But we have somebody handling that, calling these leads within 5 minutes, and then following up with them over the course of the month until we get them booked into a job. We also have automations in place to follow up with and nurture these homeowners on our behalf, right? If you have all that in place, you're a 10, right, on the lead nurture side, depending on what the conversion rate looks like, right? If your conversion rate's still low, you may need to look at how you're running the process, right? And the inside of the process to dissect what's going on there and where conversions are being lost. Is it just people aren't picking up the phone? Is it you piss people off because you don't answer the phone properly, right? It could be a multitude of different things. That's something to look into. But if you have a process that can predictably convert those leads into appointments, you're a 10, right? And at a good rate. So with that, my business, I would give it 10. Because again, this is what we do day in and day out. But again, if you don't know how to do this, right, you have a few options. 1, Google, right? How to nurture leads, right? Do the research yourself. 2, hire a call center. There's a ton of great call center solutions out there where you can literally hire someone, hand them your script, and have them nurture the leads every time they come in. And 3, have one of your staff do it. And then 4, hire an inside salesperson, right? Whose responsibility it is to nurture those homeowners into appointments, get them familiarized with your company, and then really set up the sale for your sales rep, right? That would be another option there. And there's many others. Those are what I'm going to cover here in this video because I have very limited space based on the way I drew these boxes. Next would be conversion, right? And what conversion is how good you are at converting the appointments that you have booked into jobs, right? And so this is going to depend, right? And it's going to depend on a few factors, right? Some business owners are fine doing sales themselves for their entire lives. That won't allow you to scale your business, right, to multi-million-dollar numbers, right, just doing sales yourself. But what it can do is you can build a solid $1 million business doing sales just by yourself. So this is going to depend on your situation and your goals, right? And really, it's subjective on what your goals are. Are you hitting your sales goals every single month? If all these other things are in place, right? If your lead generation isn't in place, get that in place first. If your lead nurture isn't in place, get that in place as well. And then once you're at conversions, right, are you converting the opportunities you have at a good rate, right? And a good rate, an average rate would be anywhere from 25 to 30%, right? So 2.5 to 3 out of every 10 appointments you have convert into jobs, right? Just on an industry average, I have people who do 40 to 60%, right? And that's just depending on their sales skills, but 1 to 10, right? A 1 would be we have no process in place. We go out, we wing it every time, and there's no predictability in our sales process. A 5 would be we have some sort of process in place, right? We use manufacturer sales tools, whatever it may be, because manufacturers will provide you with sales equipment, but there's really no way to differentiate yourself there. And then a 10 would be we have a fully built out system for our sales reps to follow for when they get in the door to the homeowner to getting the close and collecting the check, right? That would be a 10. So rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 there, our company right now, I would say is about a 9, right? Our sales process is very good. We're pretty good about who we work with though. Like we don't accept anybody as a roofing contractor. So it's not the same as a homeowner where hey, as long as they can pay us, we'll do their roof for them. When roofing contractors come to work with us, we want to make sure they're a right fit for the culture, for the rest of the roofers that we work with, right? That they have a growth mindset, that they're open to learning and that sort of thing. So it's a bit different from roofing sales where, hey, do they have the cash to support this job? Can we get them financed, whatever it is, to get their roof replaced? In which case they're a good fit, right? With us, it's a little bit different because we like to build long-term relationships where the roofing is more of a one-off sale, transactional sale. So with that, again, our conversion's a 9 right now. We do have a system in place that we follow, but we're always working to continue and improve that. And honestly, all these could be improved. So let's go back. We're going to give these all a 9, right? They can all use a lot of improvement. Out of what I've seen across the industry, I'd say ours is top tier here. But again, that could always be improved for our company. So we got that. Again, some things we could do here to increase conversions. As far as your company goes, right? First things first, Googling, right? Research. What are common objections you get, right? Are you getting a lot of objections with homeowners in the door? What does your current sales process look like, right? And what do other roofing contractor sales processes look like? Going through that. Another one would be to hire a sales trainer. And there are a ton of great sales training programs out there for home services contractors, right? If you choose to implement them. We have one here at Volume Up Agency. There's tons of others that work really well too. It's all going to depend on really what you want to do, but hiring a sales trainer, right, would be the two things that I recommend starting out. Starting out, if you don't have a lot of cash, it's just learning sales, right? Picking up books. So I mean, there's a ton of books out there. I mean, we got people like Grant Cardone doing sales books. He's okay. Jeffrey Gitomer. We have Jeb Blount is another great sales trainer. And you can pick up all these books for $10 and get millions of dollars in sales knowledge, right? Reading was the original way that I built up my business, learning how to run a proper sales process, right? And that's something that needs to be understood. But I've harped on that long enough. I believe if you guys have any questions about that, of course, let me know. Next thing I want to talk about here, though, is fulfillment, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate for your fulfillment? And I'm going to give myself a 10 here again, and then a 9, because there's always room for improvement, right? But with that, that's pretty simple, right? There's tons of Facebook groups for you to be able to get knowledge on the fulfillment process. So if you're running a subcontractor and their fulfillment subpar, starting to hire and recruit other subcontractors, right? It's going to change based on where you're at in your business, but understanding where your fulfillment's at, right? Where your success is at in delivering a roof successfully, right? And putting a roof on a homeowner's home, right? And them actually having that peace of mind and not having to call you for a leak 10 days down the road, right? Of course, is every single project going to be successful? No, probably not, but you should be having a majority that's successful. If not, identifying what needs to change or go out of business, right? Those are your two options there. And then lastly, client retention and upsell. And this is the one that I really like to talk about because a lot of roofers are like, there's no way we can upsell a homeowner on the roof, right? Especially if you're just a roofing contractor, you don't do things like gutters, windows, siding, doors, right? You're not a full exterior contractor, right? You just do roofing. It's like, okay, we do this once and then they need another one 20 years down the road. If they remember us, then we don't die, right? That's what I hear from a lot of roofing contractors. And I do have another video that I'm going to link here that talks a bit more about how you can generate and upsell these homeowners, right? And turn them into more than one roof. And really what that is expressing gratitude and asking for referrals, right? Running a proper referral program for your roofing company is the best way to get really warm leads in the door for yourself and to turn each contract you bring in the door into not just one homeowner, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 homeowners down the line with your referral program, right? So having a good referral program in place is really good. Right now, we don't harp really well on that, so I'd give ours a 5. And we really need to do that because we have a lot of raving customers, but I don't want to mention our referral program enough, right? But with that understanding, right, a really easy way to set up your referral program is just to Google roofing referral program and see what other roofers out there are doing and copy what's already working for them. Right? Really, really, really simple there. But you should also have a process in place for every single job that you finish where the homeowner's either content, happy. If they hate you, obviously don't ask for a referral, but to ask them for that, right? To thank them for their business and ask them for a referral. Because if you're not, you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. I can guarantee you that. And so that's what I do on a weekly basis, right? I analyze by 5 core business functions, right? That'll help me to continue to grow and scale my business, see where I'm falling short, what I need to do to change it, where I need to fire myself and hire somebody else if I can, and where I need to kick myself in the ass and get to work, right? And so with that, again, those 5 core functions are lead generation, lead nurture, conversion, fulfillment, and client retention / upsell, right? These are all really important functions of your business if you want to grow and scale a business profitably and in a way where you're not running around like a chicken with your head chopped off. So again, my name is George Roros. I hope you leave this video 1% smarter and better equipped to run and scale your roofing business today. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.